Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sleepers Got Talent, the world's greatest search for a content intern. I'm your host, Greg Waddell. We are pleased to be joined by not only my everyday co-host, Carter Elliott, but our everyday lead producer, Jacob Karabatsas, a.k.a. JK. Jacob, you have made your debut on the channel before. You did some NBA draft on-camera work for us with Dion late in the NBA draft night one, the night that we were in New York. So people should be somewhat familiar with you, but to anyone who is not familiar with you, would you like to introduce yourself briefly?
Um, Greg pretty much hit on all my sleepers stuff, but this is a rare occurrence for me. I like to stay in the shadows. I like to lurk in the background. That way, like I'm just the guy that puts the videos up, right? Like you guys say the dumb stuff that gets people mad. I'm just the one that posts it. So it's like I'm out of the line of fire. I just move low key.
Get that shadow shit out of here. You pulled up to this in a quarter zip. We see your chest. We see your chest hair. We get it, JK. You're very functional. You very workout. I also saw you pick up your water bottle. You are so. I got you down to a
I'm
T.
I'm
We know
calculated.
you're hydrated, dog. We understand it.
We get it. We
Listen,
get it.
somebody got to rock a quarter zip. Dion's not here with the coveted pink quarter zip, so I had to step in for him. You know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Understood. All right. So this is where we're at in the competition as a reminder. If you are new to this or just have forgotten where we're at, we made it through the audition round where we had 11 participants. We made cuts down to 9 from our auditions. We went from 9 to 7 in the second round after all of our participants sent us a graphic. And now where we at today for round 3 is we have 7 submissions that have been asked to send us a 60-second or less video. One of the things we are certainly looking for out of this is social media help. That's why we want to see what their graphic design capabilities are. And video work is a huge part of this. As Jacob knows, our entire business model is making videos. We're putting roughly 15 to 20 videos up on the channel. Whoever ends up winning this competition will likely have opportunities to basically cover for Jacob when he takes one of his 13 vacations every summer. And you have to be able to know how to work Adobe Premiere. This challenge, I think, showed us who could or could not do that. But you've heard from Carter and I through multiple stages of this competition, our thoughts on the general participants, but also our thoughts on what we're looking for. The truth is, whoever we get as the winner of this competition will probably work most closely with Jacob. And it's important that they like Jacob, Jacob likes them, and that we feel like there's a good fit here. So, JK, what are your thoughts? You've been silently watching the competition. You've made all the videos. What are your thoughts on our pool of contestants at this point?
So for starters, like before we get into the nitty gritty, breaking stuff down, I do want to say like shout out to everyone that has participated. Like for real, it's cool to see like people actually interested to want to work with us and do things. Like it's cool to see the effort. Like these people are just taking time out of their days to give us graphics and videos and stuff. I think that's awesome. I think it's just cool to be in a place where people want to work with us, I guess. And there's been some seriously creative stuff. Like I'm kind of with you guys. I want to see, oh, they know what they're doing editing. They know what they're doing making a graphic, but like the creativity is a major key for sleepers. And like if you're creative and can listen, we can sharpen up the other stuff. So I'm definitely more into like the what's the flow of this video looking like? If I saw this graphic, would I click on it? Because like if there's little, minute things or minute details that are off, like we can work with that. Like we can get that fixed. But what you can't teach is do they have the mindset? Do they understand how this works? And there's definitely some people in this competition, like they've got it right up here.
Yeah. Okay. Any favorites, JK? Anybody you're particularly keeping a close eye on before we review all the submissions today?
Well, one of my takeaways would be a spoiler. I guess kind of, but there is a video that was sent in our group chat from a that we are going to watch today that was special. I will say that. So everyone
Okay.
needs to lock in. But yeah, I'm not going to lie. I've been partial to my boy Venet this whole time.
Oh, look at you shaking tushy for Venet. Yeah, we play favorites here at Sleepers.
We
We play
do.
deal with it.
Like he's been special. The team colors, like I mean, on the graphic, which was Riley has reminded us about that 5 times. So that was a huge special touch there. And then Vinay's just, I don't know, man. I just love his concepts. Like I like the way Vinay's mind works.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is not just Vinay's got talent. This is Sleeper's got talent, but Vinay has made an impression early on JK. I will say, so 7 submissions today. We're going to watch them all with you, our audience at home, and you'll hear our live analysis. Carter, Jacob, and myself have not done too much discussion on how we feel or think about most of these. We have sent 2 of these 7 submissions to a group chat. I'll leave it at that. No additional commentary from me, but there were 2 that I watched in the email and I immediately sent to the Ralph Riley Dion group chat with all 6 of us. So more thoughts coming in just a moment. Cart, do you want the final say before we just get right into our exercise today?
Yeah, I guess to piggyback off JK's thing, it's fluid for me, if that is the correct word. Like, truthfully, I think that there is, though some may be like, favorites or in the league, it really only takes one moment or one thing to really flip me. I'm about as flip-floppy as one could get. All right. So like I could have a favorite right now. In about 2 minutes, they could not be my favorite anymore. That's kind of how we're operating here. There's a lot of different, I think things we'll be looking at, like JK pointed out. I'd also like to end with this. Uh, Greg, can you spell JK's last name right now?
Karabatsos.
That's impressive.
Special.
I thought I could get you. Damn it. Okay, let's get with the show.
Okay, last ground rule thing from me. So again, 7 submissions, 7 remaining participants. We are probably halfway through our full competition. If you forget where this is headed, today we will cut as many as we feel we should cut. There is no set rule on how many cuts we will make. I would define it as this, as sort of the person playing showrunner here. I don't want to waste anyone's time. At this point in the competition, everyone has put serious work into this. They've really put effort into this. It took a lot of effort to make these videos. I know that. So if we have seen enough that we just know you're not going to be the name, we will make that many cuts today. I think to Cart's point, from my perspective, this has really fluctuated in terms of who's impressed me. Like, I think to name names, like, I thought Eli won the audition round. I thought Booby arguably won the graphic round. I thought Tristan's graphic was really good. I thought Venet has done some really creative, really good things. So there's been a lot of shifting around. We still have Jay Money. We still have Michael. We still have Jay Hart, who have all impressed us seriously as well. Um, I will say, I've seen all these videos. The results are going to keep following that trend for me, where new names impress you, kind of what you expect doesn't exactly always happen. So at the end of this, just my urging to us, since we are going to be the people making the decision here, we'll talk this through together live. Who knows what'll come from it? At the end of this round, let's just make sure we basically say goodbye to anyone that we don't feel has a chance to win the competition. Whether that's one person, whether that's 2, even 3 or 4, let's cut that many so that we don't waste anyone's time, and we'll see where we're at. After this step today, we will have however many people are left, and we will take all of those participants, and later this week, we are going to set up time to have them come live on camera with us. You're going to have to banter with Cart and I for a few moments, and then our team, Dion, Riley, and Ralph, are all going to be able to interact with these people all together at once as well. We'll see how they do in front of the camera, see how they play off of our entire team. So, reminder, that's the next step in the competition. Only the people who make it through the cut process today will get to that point. And there we have it. I think we've set the table well enough. Just like we did last week, I am going to display these submissions in the order that we received them, which means it is time to get to our first submission from none other than Tristan Winkleman. Today's video is sponsored by LabCorp On Demand. Cart, be honest with me, my friend. Have you ever had your testosterone levels checked?
No, I always figured I didn't need to unless something felt seriously wrong.
Well, that's the thing. Low testosterone doesn't always hit you like a truck. It creeps up on you through things like low energy, brain fog, irritability, trouble sleeping, weight gain, and even low libido. And I know you struggle with most of those things, but most guys just chalk that up to stress or getting older.
So you're saying it's actually possible something's off and we just don't know it?
That's exactly what I'm saying. And that's why I love what today's video sponsor, LabCorp On Demand, is doing. With their men's health tests, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, including total testosterone, without even going to the doctor. All you have to do is purchase your test, provide a sample at a LabCorp service center, and your sample will be collected using the same methods as your doctor. No need to even prick your own finger.
Wait. So there's no doctor's appointments at all.
No, you can purchase the test directly from LabCorp On Demand. Plus, testing is performed at LabCorp's CAP accredited CLIA certified clinical laboratories, the same kind used by doctors, processing about 3 million samples every week. That way you know you're getting real, accurate results.
So that's all good and well, but how fast do the results actually come in?
As early as the next day, you'll get an email when they're ready and you can view them online through your LabCorp patient account. The results are super easy to read. And if something requires urgent attention, LabCorp may even contact you by phone.
Man, I didn't even realize how much testosterone levels can affect stuff like mood, focus, and energy, and no one really talks about it unless it's extreme.
I know, but even subtle changes can impact your day-to-day life. And getting tested now can help you catch issues before they become bigger problems, especially if you're in your 30s or 40s and starting to feel off.
Man, so if someone who's been feeling more tired than usual or just not quite themselves, this could be the check-in that you need.
Definitely. And right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, kind of empowering to have this info about your body.
Take the guesswork out of your health and go check it out.
Here is the submission from Tristan Winkleman, aka Wink.
Greg, do you know how many college basketball coaches ever have won multiple national titles? 16. 16 seems a little low. I would have thought it would at least be 20 by now, but it's just 16. Right now, here are the active coaches who have at least one. We have Todd Golden, we have Tom Izzo, we have John Calipari, Scott Drew, Rick Pitino, Dan Hurley, and Bill Self. My question is, who is the next coach who will get to multiple national titles?
I think this answer is easy for me. I don't think Scott Drew will get another. I don't think John Calipari will get another. I don't think Tom Izzo is particularly close to getting another. You're going to take Golden to get a second over anyone that has zero. I wouldn't take Matt Painter over Golden. I wouldn't take Shire over Golden. Yates can't do it. Few can't do it. There's not that next guy. Dusty May, Pat Kelsey, no thank you, not yet. Tommy Lloyd, no thank you, not yet. I'm just going to pick Todd Golden. Before we go to you guys for analysis here, I actually would like to share something else that Tristan sent into us. Again, we only asked for a 60-second video, but Tristan is one of a few participants who sent us more than was asked for in effort to demonstrate some video-based skills. So I'm about to share a screen here, and this is a video that Tristan has posted to his own Twitter that is something he believes could potentially apply to what he does for sleepers as well. Here's his other submission.
Beautiful last night from Houston, but if we're going to understand how it happened, we have to first understand how Purdue tries to defend baseline out of bounds looks. Let's break it down. So first off, understanding it, Braden Smith is always looking to help. Every single time Purdue is on defense on a baseline out of bounds look and Braden Smith is in the game, he's guarding the ball. Now, a lot of times you might see a big try to guard the ball, disrupt a little bit of what's going on, but Braden Smith's going to be on the ball, and he's got his head on a swivel, trying to see what action is going on, looking to help, especially when there's a screen-to-screener type look. So right here, when the ball gets inbounded, most of the time, the guy that inbounds the ball doesn't go cross-court to try to go and get into a handoff or something like that. Normally, he tries to stay on that same side of the floor where he's at. So he's going to step up.
All right, so I'm going to stop it there. You get where that's going. There's 2.5 more minutes of him breaking down the final play of this game. But Clearly a very unique submission, and I appreciate Coach T Hoops sending the additional submission with this. Cart, I'm going to throw it to you first, then we'll go to JK. What do you think of Tristan's submission here?
First off, great mustache. Second, the favorite part for me is like while it's all going on, right? There's literally graphics following along exactly what words are being said, right? The coach is mentioned, picture of the coach up top. As you're listing off the coach's names, like talking about the names that you don't think could do it, they're at the same time being etched off. I just that type of content I think is something we're really looking for, especially because I feel like we brought this up when we first started this contest. We think there's a very untapped market with us in the social media space, right? Like making stuff that is good for Twitter, Reels, and other, kind of social media entities like that. I think could go a long way with the channel. I think that's the type of stuff that we're kind of looking for. And honestly, I was pretty impressed with the video. The one thing I will say though, why are our contestants so in love with cursive? I hate cursive. More a little better font, can't do the cursive, but besides that, like a really good video.
Jacob, you're next.
So I love the creativity of the video for like the whole concept of like a board where we're like pinning our notes on it. I love that. I do agree with Cart on the cursive. In terms of like a production standpoint on the video, I thought the use of image on top, Greg slash Riley on the bottom, and then when key points were being hit, switching to that full zoom of you or Riley talking. That's a really nice touch. That's kind of what you see on a lot of like talking show TikToks or whatever. You see that a lot. The only production video aspect that I would say is to just move like in Premiere, crop the coaches down a bit so their whole head is showing. But other than that, like I love this submission from T Week. I think it's super creative, and I think it's not too much. Like it gets the point across. It adds pop, but it's not too much.
Yeah, I just realized I could be sharing the screen while we do this, just to, if we're doing any feedback, it'd be nice. I agree. When he did some of the coaches, maybe this is just my QuickTime player even. I can't remember if, I don't remember noticing this when I watched it on the phone the first time, but yeah, just some of the like heads a little cropped too high. I don't know. Maybe we changed that, but look, I loved this. I absolutely love the submission. I think this is almost a complete grand slam of an audition here from Wink. And, I'm impressed by every possible aspect of this. Car, you mentioned the cursive. I agree with you in general. Normally, when people use like a weird font for videos like this, it drives me crazy. I'll be honest, in this one, like with the notepad theme he was going for, I kind of didn't mind it. I think he was going for like a handwriting look, and it was a unique design aspect that, like, he had to make this design. This whole like little pinboard notepad is like a graphic design element of a video that looks really good that someone made specifically to elevate the video that he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's a video guy. And if we want videos, most importantly from whoever we're going to win this competition with, he's emerged here. Like he could very easily take the skills he used in the video of me and Riley or the ones he's doing, apply it to our channel very quickly, and it would be awesome for our social media. I think he understands how this works. He didn't try to do anything crazy to impress us here either, which I don't know. This isn't like a hint of where I'm coming from later on some other future submissions, but like he didn't try to reinvent the wheel. We know what works for sleepers, and he just gave us three different examples. I didn't even show you a third one, but he did like five guys that are my guys in the NBA draft, and it's more video commentary from him, and it's really good and it looks really good. So I have zero doubts at this point that Wink, who signs his emails as Wink, by the way, love that. Zero doubt that he could just step in and day one start making really good content for us. And I think we're at the point in the competition, this is what we're looking for, right? Like, even if we have, I don't know, I don't want to start making judgments on like just people's characters because, the reality is in the content world, you play a character. I play host Greg Waddell as a character. Carter plays co-host Carter. That's a big element of this. And Tristan's character here is very clearly like Coach T Hoops. He's like a film guy. And then we've got a lot of other characters we think are fun, entertaining, hilarious in this competition. But like, I don't want to forget, at its core, we're not after a character. Like our universe has the characters we need. Our universe needs someone that can help us. And I think Tristan has made it abundantly clear he could help us immediately. So that's where I'm at. I think you guys agree with me on that. Only question, because I am going to be harsh. I'm going to try and be as honest as I can, even on a submission that I absolutely loved. Card, do you have any concerns at all based on what he's submitted and what he's done that he's going to want to be the Coach T Hoops on camera guy more than do the extra stuff for us?
Yeah, but I feel like that's something with everybody. And I feel like we made it very much known that it's, there's a lot that goes into this off and on camera. So I don't know, it didn't necessarily cross my mind as much.
Do you like the Coach T Hoops persona? I think the videos are really good, and clearly he's like just a film guy. Like, is that something you think we would want at Sleepers? Where would it fit in?
Well, if we're getting nitpicky here, I'm not a name persona guy. Like, I'm just not trying to, go by some like Coach T Hoops, like to nitpick at it. Like, also your last name has Wink in it. I feel like we're leaving something on the table by it not being Coach Wink.
I mean, he signs his emails as Wink, so I'm good with that. But I don't know, Jacob, any thoughts on where I'm going with this? Like, to be clear, I'm open to it, and I think there probably is an avenue here where like we have a film guy who helps us. Like, it'd be cool if during the season, there's a Purdue, like exactly what he did. Purdue loses a game on a buzzer beater, and an hour later he has a minute long video of it. If I was giving him feedback on it, I would say I got a little bored during his Purdue breakdown, and I don't know if that's just like his own way of doing it or if it was just a little too long-winded for me, but I thought it was like he kind of took like 45 seconds to explain like Braden normally looks this way. Like I feel like it could have been paced a little quicker, but that's also something I think we could give him feedback on and maybe tweak for when he does it for our channels. So I don't know, Jacob, thoughts on where that side of this fits in? Because again, production-wise, he's good enough. It's more, can we use his extra stuff too, or would we not?
I honestly think that because the production aspect is so good, I do see that he actually enjoys doing stuff like this. So I don't think there would be an issue with it. I think it would more or less be one of those things, like you said, where we kind of just have to let him, know what the priorities are. But like as long as he keeps, knocking out videos and killing the priorities, I'm perfectly fine with like, all right, here comes a T-Week breakdown. It's like you kind of get it's almost like earning the video time by doing your actual role, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And I do think I get the sense he'd be really easy to work with. So I wouldn't say I'm worried about it, but it's more one of those things, Car, if this makes sense. I think whoever we do work with here as the winner, I would want to allow them the freedom to do what they want with us. And my question with the Coach T Wink stuff is more, do we as sleepers want that type of content? Because it's different for us, right? Having a guy who brands himself as coach doing film, that's not something we've ever been like, we need that. So if he won, I would definitely want him to be able to do what he wants. It's just more, I'm trying to wrap my mind around that part of it of like, would that even be good for us or not?
Well, if he changed his name to assistant coach T, because I think he's assuming he's the head coach, and we don't need that. No, I just don't see it that way.
You don't?
Yeah, maybe it might, and that just might be a me thing. I don't see that being a hindrance or anything.
Okay. I'm probably overthinking it, to be honest, but hindrance not the word either. I'm just more like curious about where it would fit in. We'll see. Last note that honestly is a really important note to me. I got to make this. This is not something we're judging off of, so he doesn't get bonus points for this or anything, but I mentioned we're revealing these in the order that they were sent to us. And just the nature of Tristan's submissions, I think I mentioned this on the last video. He was the only participant that we forgot to give the timeline deadline direction on for the graphic contest. So he got 24 hours notice of the graphic contest when everybody else got a week. That was a mistake by me. And I loved his graphic. He turned it around really quickly. He responded like within an hour of the email saying like, not a problem at all. I whipped this up quickly. Here you go. So the same email that we sent everyone the direction of the graphic contest also included the details that the video contest was the next step. And when we sent out the email saying, it's time for the video contest, you've made it, Tristan sent his submission back an hour later. So he got short notice on the whole thing and not only made his graphic, but made the video and the other video stuff. It was all just ready to go instantly. Now, that's not good or bad. It's not a detriment to anybody else. But like working quickly is a part of our everyday life here. Tristan has very clearly worked quicker than I think everyone else in the competition. Jacob, how much does that matter to you?
A lot because, for example, like if you're having to do shorts for a day, let's just say, and Greg sends you a message and says, we're starting at 9 and we're ending at 11. In other words, they're starting at 9:30 and ending at 11:30. But you're gonna get those videos, and like when he sends you the first batch, it's gonna be like 5 or 6 videos. You got to get them up within 30 minutes. Like the whole point is that the earlier stuff gets on YouTube, the better it does because it has the whole day to marinate and process. Same thing on social media. If you get stuff up in the morning, then it's going to have more time to marinate and hit the algorithm and everything. The quick turnarounds are essential, and I have no clue if the interns would even like be working like this late into the process, but especially when we get to like March Madness stuff, then the turnarounds become like even quicker. So the fact that he is getting stuff in so fast, it makes me think that he has potentially worked in some sort of like student news environment or something where there's tight deadlines, and I love that.
Carter, anything to add there?
I love when things are tight.
Understood. All right. Strong submission from Tristan, aka Wink. Thank you, Wink. We now move to our second submission. Our second submission comes from Aiden Lee, aka Booby. Big news in the wallet of AJ DeBonsa. AJ DeBonsa has signed an exclusive deal with Fanatics and also with Pops. Per a report here, AJ DeBonsa's new NIL deal with Fanatics, an exclusive deal, will net him 8 figures. I believe 8 figures means at minimum $10 million for AJ DeBonsa signing with Fanatics. Your thoughts?
It was for folks who didn't know, the D in DeBonsa stands for doesn't miss a bag. My guy doesn't miss one single bag opportunity, and I mean it makes sense, right? Like I think if you're Fanatics, if you're top, you are trying to lock down what could possibly be the best player in college basketball, the number 1 draft pick. Like that's all in the cards for AJ DeBonsa.
There you have it. That is our submission from Booby. Okay, boys. All right, Jacob, you're nodding. Let's throw to you first on this one.
I thought that edit was special the moment you sent it, not gonna lie. But just because not only is it smooth, like first off, like the money falling transition, and then like the big dollar bill kind of like swipe, like full screens the dollar bill to like kind of transition it, like that was fire. The other thing is I can appreciate this because it's highlights, and that means that he had to go through the process of sifting through and finding all of these said highlights to piece into this, and that is a lot of screen recording and downloading and all that. Like it's a lot of extra stuff and steps. And yeah, I don't know, this literally looks like something you would see like a one of those ball is life pages or something like that post. Like it's just a fire edit.
Hart?
It's incredible. It's like even like just first of all, the highlight slap. It's a good clip too. Also, like I feel like you brought this up in the last one, Greg. I feel like you can get a sense of if these guys have a feel for how we operate as sleepers. Like I feel like this is something that we would post. Like we would it'd be something from that day that I think would be postable. And like even down to the little details, which I feel like you two will really appreciate as well. Like the font is white, and as we talk, it's orange, right? Like it's Sleepers branded stuff. There's a Sleepers logo in the corner that's very, very clear that I like to see, and without like the little black or white background with it, it's just kind of floating there, which I really like. I feel like I've not even seen that on our videos before, but that's really cool to see.
I think that was
And
custom made. That looks like the almost like the deterp element. Like
yeah,
he made it look good and knows how to do that. I don't even know how to do that.
right. And to JK's point, like the money falling when he was talking about the money, like he brings up Fanatics logo. He brings up Tops logo. Like even like the NBA draft, like it was all just that was extremely fire. Extremely fire.
But yeah, let me do something. Let me do something for a moment here. Two very strong submissions at the top of this round. I will say they're not all going to be this good. There's some ones that just aren't this caliber coming. But Booby, I'm gonna get out my seat for you, Booby. I'm gonna get out my seat for you, Booby.
Wow,
Because
Simon Cowell.
last week I compared you to Xavier Booker, and you came back and just gave us something with incredible attention to detail, with a bunch of just graphic elements to it that I don't think are matched by anybody else's submission this time. So I like I don't know. We said that Booby and D Turk were like the only two with graphic design, strong skills that we knew for sure. D Turk bowed out. Booby wants this very clearly. Booby's like commenting in the Discord every episode, cart like survive in advance. Like I think those first odds came out, and Booby was the biggest long shot based on the audition tape he sent us. And he's just delivered quality stuff. He's just delivered quality stuff. This is an awesome looking video. I totally agree. Some minor things I was going to call out. The Sleepers logo on the top looks great, looks custom made. I love the words. Like he understands that a video like this would be picked up in an algorithm. Like you put this on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, and it's about numbers. It's a numbers game. These are the types of elements that those platforms look for. They look for text and highlights and things that would track. This would work. Um, a couple small things I love. You mentioned the dollar bill sign. That was obviously great when that transition came. Just transitions throughout the whole video. Like right here, where he's going from AJ and it clips to a full screen quickly. Like a lot of people in this competition don't know how to like put that graphic effect where it goes full screen and looks good and pivots to it. And Booby does clearly. There are zero critiques from me on the way this video looks and the way it runs. I do have some minor critiques on the other elements of it, and I'm gonna disagree with you, Cart. My main critique here is I actually don't know if this was the best clip to choose for this. In one sense, it is because it's BYU related, and so that tells me Booby understands themes that work on the channel. But this is basically just the first 45 seconds of a video, I believe. This is how we opened the AJ video, right? I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I think your part brought it home. Like when it transitioned to you, you kind of delivered the punchline of like the deep stands for doesn't miss a bag, right? That's good. The first 45 seconds of this are just like stumbling through like, I believe 8 figures is 10. Like it just, I sound stupid, and maybe that's a personal thing, but like it's very slow moving, and it was just me teeing up a video, not doing any analysis on it. So I keep coming back to this, and I've said it before, and I know I'm being harsh on Booby, but I have zero concerns that Booby makes stuff that looks good. All of my questions with Booby are, is he gonna need too much direction and handholding on the topics and themes and what he's actually working on? And I thought this was a good choice. It was a good step in the right direction. It still probably wasn't the right part of the video to choose for it. And I don't know. Does that make sense, Cart? Because I feel like I'm on the opposite side of you on that element of this submission.
Yeah, I could see why you're coming from that standpoint. I just thought this is like it's a Devanza clip, and it's Devanza making money. Like that's something we talk about. Like, that was at the top of the shorts list. So Yeah, that I don't know. I guess I'm just coming at it from that angle. Like that's something that will get picked up. It's a big talking point with the Bansa. But yeah, I see what you're saying too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, can't knock the idea of choosing Debansa is like one of the better choices anyone in this competition made. Just nitpicky, maybe choose a different part of the video than just me trying to tee up Cart in the first place with it. Cause I feel like the first 40 seconds of this, there was no substance to other than it looked good, which is great, but we want substance on everything we post. Last thing, this is super nitpicky and could probably apply to almost everybody that is submitting any work for us. Pet peeve of mine is when edits are done and they include like uhs or ums. And I'm a huge violator of this. We do so much long form video. I say all the time. I got to work on it. But when you're cutting it down to a short video, just cut out the cut out the dead space, cut out any verbal flubs here. I think Booby kind of just ran the full, I don't know, almost full conversation. He probably trimmed it a little bit, but you can trim it to be like way quicker hitting and cut out the uhs. So little small feedback for Booby and anybody else in the competition. All in all, another very impressive submission, boys. Should we move to the next one? Anybody got anything else?
That's my favorite so far.
That's your favorite.
Booby's
You're putting that over Tristan.
Yeah.
Jacob too. You're nodding.
Booby, it's hard because I think they're both great for different reasons. I think what you talked about, like the content piece and everything, I think Wink picked the better piece of content, kind of understood that more, kind of it kind of felt like more of a sleepers like vibe, if you will. But this, in terms of the edit itself, I think was better. So I'm a little torn, but I will say, like, I've been pretty high on Wink since day one. Like he's been up there. Booby's stock up is crazy. His rise from the first round of auditions to now, like he is way up on the radar. And you
Yeah.
kind of prefaced it earlier, like after the audition rounds, we didn't really know what we were going to get from Booby, and now it's like he's here.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. I agree. Two very strong submissions overall right now. I think I said it was a grand slam for Wink. Grand slam for Booby. Back to back grand slams. We're up 8-0 through the first two submissions. We move to our third submission next. Our third submission comes to us from Venet, and he sent, once again, more than was asked for here. He has a longer video than 60 seconds, but that's because he just recorded his own little personal intro to it. So we're going to play his intro that then transitions into the full video. And then there's another document to share in just a moment. Here is the submission from Venet.
It's Venet. Currently taking a break from editing the video, and I decided to make a cocktail and kind of just speak about the experience as a whole. First of all, Greg and Carter, thank you for advancing me. I'm grateful to have this opportunity as always. So far, the competition's been looking pretty good. There were some nice graphics, some nice auditions, and I'm looking forward to seeing what types of videos the other contestants can make as well. And what I wanted to do today is give a little shout out to some members of the community because I sent them my video, they gave me feedback, and I was able to make some edits. The type of video I'm doing is completely different from anything I've seen on the Sleepers channels. So hopefully you guys like it. One sec. Anyways, thank you for the opportunity again, and I present to you the Sleepers cocktail. Cheers.
Breaking news, two best friends from Michigan have teamed up to make the best college basketball podcast in recent years. Their names are Greg and Carter.
Sleepers Media is on the come up.
What these guys are doing is completely
Game changing. It takes hard work.
time and dedication.
And I would drive to your house and spit in your face.
I'm glad you guys finally went with the better looking E-Check member.
Very happy to be here, Coach.
It's gonna be May.
But golf really is all I do tonight.
Oh man.
All right. Thank you, Vinay. Cart, I'm going straight to you. Your thoughts?
Damn, man. Damn, this is tough for me, man, because this is this is another very, very good submission with some footage on here that I didn't even know was available readily to the community. Also, I'm not sure when this was actually submitted, but did Venet try to make the cocktail two different colored drinks because he saw our episode? Because I did notice that. If he did
Yeah.
try to do that, good on him for doing that. Um,
He's doing nods to everything we do. Vinay
yeah,
is watching, he's listening, I don't know that everyone is. I would assume many are, but he's tapped fully in. He's in the Discord. He mentioned interacting with members of the community for feedback. He is all the way ingrained in our world, I think, more than anyone else in the show.
yeah, and it shows through the submission, and like it's not just that. I feel like it's very well like put together. Like the way it was laid out, it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. I feel like we are a very comedic forward entity, and I think he lets that show and shine through the stuff that he does. So that was another really good submission.
Very unique submission, very entertaining submission. Jacob, thoughts?
Oh, man, I'll say this, I obviously gave my Vinay praise at the top of the podcast. I do think from a video perspective, like the other two submissions were better, but Vinay's creativity just continues to impress me. And he clearly, like you said, like he just gets sleepers. Like he just does. Like I can tell he's watched a ton of content and he knows what we're about. He plays on it, and I think he just understands what works and also what vibe the Sleepers Media Collective has. I think he gets that part, and that's the part that's not teachable. But that being said, obviously, I do think from a video perspective, this one was not quite as good as Wink or Booby, but it's like every contestant has their own thing. It makes it so difficult.
Yeah, I think it's another very strong submission. First off, very creative. I said before we started this competition, the number one thing I'm looking for is creativity. And I would argue this was the most creative submission. It was certainly the most unorthodox, unique concept for a video, like just sort of this general sleepers hype with clips of our whole team, introduce the team, tell people where to watch it. We would post this, I think. It's not exactly what I think the assignment was, but I also left the assignment very open ended. It was just like, come up with a great 60-second creative video that showcases what you can do video wise. This does that. So it met the qualifications. I think it's hard for me to judge this one because it is so different from all the other submissions that it's almost in its own category. Like I can't even say if I would take this over one of the first two or which one's quote unquote better because I just feel like it's a totally different product, different concept. The others are things we would post every day, which ultimately like is what I wanted to see. Maybe I didn't communicate that well enough. But this is, to your guys' point, more us and more just like funny. He clearly gets our world. So I loved it. Like personally, I loved it. But then there's like the CEO judge aspect of me that's like, I wish we could see what he would come up with through the lens of something we would post every day because I don't know what that is still. Like I think he clearly has the skills to do it, but I don't know what it would be. We'll say this, the criticism for Venet for me on this, I think it's great that you're interacting with our community. With that said, I don't think I would follow what our community guides you toward for this competition. Like respectfully to the members of our Discord in the community, they don't know content better than we do. Or I think even some of the participants in this, right? Like I wouldn't listen to what random Discord member says you should do for this competition. And I think this video ultimately is a culmination of like listening to our Discord say, let's do this. And I don't know that that was the right move. Cart, does that make sense?
I mean, it's whatever you think about it. It's like Discord is not deciding, we're deciding. So it's like it should be kind of what we would like to see. And I guess to your point, how I'd wrap it up is like this was more of like a promo of us. Like we would put this out as like a promo to like listen to us or something. Not necessarily like seeing like the other two, I think were content based. Like we're posting those, like you said. The other one would just be like that funny video that like you throw like the JK on a random Tuesday. Like I got an idea, make this promo with Carter doing this, that, and the third. It's not like everyday stuff, I guess, which is kind of what we're looking for.
But to that point, though, I think like he showed enough video editing skills in this that we feel comfortable he would make that, right?
Yeah,
Do you
I
agree
do.
with that, Jacob?
I do.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, like it was still a good looking video. Last thing here, feel obligated to send this as well. Second straight round of this competition that Venet has shared an additional process document. This one he called the Sleeper's Real Task Brainstorming, and he sent a PDF. I mentioned in the last round he also did this for his like he documented how he used automation to make his graphic in some sense and pull all the data out of our videos. For this one, there was AI involved, and he kind of showcases his brainstorming process of how he came to decide this. There's some funny stuff in here, Cart, like recent trends, what the helly, Rob 49. Like a very strategic, documented version of his creativity. There's certainly no one else in the competition doing it this way. Do you guys care about this? Does this boost or hurt his stock at all that he's sending all these additional process documents? Cart, your thoughts?
It does because I think I'm on TikTok the most of anyone on Sleepers Media. I'm somewhat addicted to it. And it shows me he has a grasp of the trends. Like the Lamar Jackson edits are a big thing right now. The what the hell he sound, LeBron like that. He understands trends, and trends are things that get things in the algorithm, like you guys know. So I think understanding that and knowing that process is a big part of what we do here. It's like I credit to Greg and JK, like they know what gets clicks and they knows what like people want to hear. And to me, this document shows that he has an understanding of what content wants to be consumed by the consumer.
Jacob, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm in the boat of like kind of in the middle on the process. I'm just as long as you're putting up the good creative content, you know, I'm good. I'm good with it. Like if that's like his, I will say this one doesn't like this sheet doesn't move me as much, but I will say the last one where he like literally had an algorithm that determined everyone's record on stuff, that was fire.
Yeah. He's obviously very smart, right? Like every submission that he's showing us is demonstrating he's taking a unique, smart, intelligent approach to coming up with creative ways to go about this. This is personal, my style of judging, maybe. Maybe Cart and JK feel different based on their feedback. Directly to Vinay, I guess, for my feedback on this. I care way more about the content output than the process. That's just speaking for me. Your process is clearly good, but I'm not overly impressed by the additional documents you send just because I want to see the content. I don't ultimately care how you get to the answer. I care about the answer. So again, am in one sense impressed that he's very smart, but just personal feedback. I'm not moved by it. It almost feels like we're just like we're doing extra credit when you're already getting an A, right? Like we've given you only positive feedback. We don't need to see all this extra stuff. Just do a really good job on the assignment, you know? And but then again, if we're teachers, like it doesn't feel like Vinay's the teacher's pet a little bit right now. He's like won over the community, and I don't know. There's a vibe of that to me right now. Cart, do you agree?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't rock with teachers' pets, so I don't want to associate it with that.
But also like I do love Vinay. So it's not a bad thing in that. It's just I don't know. I'm kind of like even the intro to the video. Did that move you today?
I could have done without it.
Yeah, like it felt like he just almost like wants to put out a little extra like I'm doing more than everybody, which is it's a competition. You should, but I don't know. Like crush the 60 seconds. That was the assignment, right? Not 4 extra minutes and a PDF, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. All right. Jacob nodding too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just add this as a no one's up at 3 a.m. like me guy. I respect it.
This is true. Jacob is the ultimate nobody's working as hard as me guy. So sometimes you got to verbalize it. And to this point, Venet probably is working harder than anyone in the competition. I don't know. Thank you, Venet. Good submission. Let's get to our next. Our fourth submission comes from J Money.
Evanston, Walsh Ryan Arena, I believe it is, continues to be a house of horrors.
Sitting in the back of a cop car, banging my head on a window. See me slamming that last couch, shot glasses, and everything in my billfold. That's what I do when I'm drinking back. You go.
There you have it. That is J Money's submission. She emailed us that, and the only text in her email was, "Here's an edit I created for this week's challenge to the song Dangerous by Morgan Wallen." I appreciated that. Cart, your thoughts?
Well, first of all, Michigan State or Northwestern definitely a house of horrors. That video, that edit did uncover a lot of things for me. It also uncovered the fact that I used to just set up my laptop right over there on a coffee table and just record with a poll in the background. Shout out to Meg for setting me up with something that actually is worthy of podcasting. But look, I obviously I see the effort there. I see the highlights that are in it. Questions about like kind of what this edit necessarily is. Like, where are we posting this? Are we posting this? Would we post this? I feel like the answer would be no, but I think it was a good effort. I see the vision.
JK.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of same boat, like in terms of the assignment. And I understand, like, obviously, I think I'm correct in saying she's like diehard Northwestern, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I get like making the Northwestern fan edit, but also like doesn't go with the something we would use thing. And then the highlights themselves were fine and stuff, just the beginning where it's like showing you guys and it's just like not really cropped. It's like black at the top, black at the bottom instead of like stacking you guys over each other or something. Like, yeah, that was really the only major thing I noticed besides like it is a good like Northwestern edit. I just don't know if we'd ever post it.
Yeah. Yeah. Cart, you might know better, maybe even Jacob. Isn't there like a CapCut or one of those video editing things that's just kind of easy? You throw stuff in and sort of just kind of quickly do it. Am I wrong on that?
Yeah, no, yeah, the cap cut. Yeah,
Is that how she made this, would you guess?
I would guess. The transitions look very cap cutty.
Okay. Now, look, I have no issue if people are using CapCut versus like an Adobe suite, especially like a lot of people don't have access to Adobe. Maybe we could get you that. But like, um, yeah, I think like there's just a caliber of the way the editing is done and looks that is missing from this. To your guys' point, to Jacob, your point, like this is poorly cropped. If you were going to take this little segment from us, number one, just make it at least fit the screen, or two, I would have rather seen you like make Cart's face be full screen and then my face full screen instead of the horizontal crop in the middle of a vertical thing. There's the logistical video feedback, and then there's also like, okay, you chose to do a Northwestern edit. Will say I find Northwestern charming. So, like, I kind of can't even be mad at the idea that we went Northwestern because they're charming. If you went like with Wisconsin or Iowa instead of a different program, I'd be like, this is awful. I don't want this. But there's something about Welsh Ryan, you know this from me, they're with me, Cart, that I was kind of like into this as it was going. So I agree. I think this is not the strongest submission. I think this is not the strongest part of J Money's game thus far in this contest. But it's still like if we are looking for positives on this, it's a good highlight reel 20 seconds. Like if you just cut out the beginning of this and just we told her to make a highlight reel over music, like this is pretty good, you know?
Yeah, no, I like and like look, I think also she like to get like on another positive note. I'm all for like doing stuff that's in your wheelhouse too. Like Jay Money is a Northwestern fan, and she knows that we do rock with Northwestern. I said this from a loving place when I did this video. We talk a lot of Northwestern on the podcast, being a Big Ten pod. I will say that at least so far it's the first one I saw kind of Big Ten centric. We are a Big Ten podcast at our core, so that was good to see as well.
True. Played within our wheelhouse, our sweet spot. And I mean, I love the fact that the clip just starts with Michigan State loses at Northwestern. That's a nice bonus.
You know what? Nostalgic feeling, but I mean, both of us rocking some Lions gear. Obviously, we were winning games. I mean, what a time, right?
Yeah, what a time. All right, a throwback submission from J Money. Thank you, J Money. We move to our fifth submission. Our fifth submission comes to us from Eli.
We got a nice little 4th of July weekend present from the Boilerball Twitter account. 4 minutes of practice footage from next year's Purdue team. A lot of shots were made, a lot of good stuff in this video.
I thought the caption was very fitting. There was a lot of buckets in this one. When you watch these videos, I feel like sometimes it's lost, like how much Purdue had. But like, you got CJ Cox making shots, you got Jakari Harris making shots. Jakari Harris hitting Fletcher Loyer with a woo woo ha and a little shoulder as well. It's just there's so much like talent and shooting on this team that it's gonna make a tough check for a lot of people in the Big Ten and the country.
All right, thank you, Eli. Cart, to you.
So, man, shout out to everyone because I feel like there are some really good submissions here. This one in particular, even down to I mean, Greg and JK, you guys see this a lot. There are so many people that beg us to show the footage of what we're talking about when we talk about it. And this is basically that. And also I thought it would have been very easy for Eli just to show the clips and just throw it in there, but he actually synced it up with the way I talked about it. Like literally while I'm talking about Jakari Harris hitting him with the woo-woo, he literally did it to Fletcher Loyer in the clip as I'm talking through it. Yeah, I thought this is something that I could definitely like see us, throwing into like a TikTok or an IG Reels and talking about something that was kind of prevalent for the a segment that we did that day. But I really like the overlaying, I think is the word to use if it's not, sorry, of the highlights actually happening while we're talking and everything also fitting the screen too, like y'all like to say.
JK.
I think that is probably the best representation of the type of content that we would use. Purdue, Big Ten centric. We're always reacting to highlights and scrimmages and stuff like that. That is a perfect way to kind of take something we do in our daily, like today, for example, we literally, or I guess at the time this is posted yesterday, Duke reaction, Michigan reaction. We could put these together like every day because all the stuff we react to. And I think it really does kind of get like our brand and everything. In terms of a video standpoint, it's fine. I wouldn't say it's great. I do like, this graphic at the beginning and the stuff you put at the end. Only thing I'd add in terms of like clips, Carter, clip, it was a little too much cutting back and forth. I would have just honestly liked to see, no disrespect, Cart, a little more highlights, a little less Cart.
That's just funny feedback. Cart, any response?
Boy, fuck you.
All right.
No, that's crazy because I feel like the bearded men are teaming up on me here. We get one clip where Greg's like, I mean, good Cart, but what about me? Then JK's like, less Cart. What's going on here, fellas?
Listen, I could have used a little more Cart, to be honest.
Thank
I
you,
disagree with
Greg.
JK. I think I would have loved a little more Cart.
Thank you.
No, I agree with everything you guys said outside of the Cart strike. That's just funny feedback. I like it. I think Jacob is right. I think you verbalized that. I was trying to think how to put my response to this video into the right words, and I think you said it well. I do think this is the best submission in terms of being applicable to something we could repeat every day. Like it's not the I don't know, the ball is life nature of what Booby submitted. It's not the like super unique unicorn sleepers promo that Venet submitted. It's just this and Tristan's, I think, both demonstrate like we could do this every day. And that matters a lot to me at this point in the competition. I think I don't know how to verbalize this part of it. This is really good. We would post it, but for whatever reason, it just feels like a little bit behind in terms of production caliber wise, the other ones that I liked this round. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I feel like I'm like a bachelor contestant right now who's like getting down to the nitty-gritty of like my final four. We're about to do hometowns. And like Eli is the guy that is like he checks all the boxes. It's supposed to make sense, but there's just something that's like not fully all the way there, and I don't know what it is. Do you guys get that sense from this or no?
Oh yeah, it
I
was
do.
like because sorry to cut you off, JK. I felt like there was a little bit like the concept is great. Everything about it I liked. Like I'm not like crapping on it, but it was also like kind of just I sat there watching and I was just like, you know, yeah, like there were some wow moments I think in the other ones that really like I guess you call it like the attention grabbers is the term people like to use. I feel like this one didn't really have that one. It was just it was good, solid, right?
I think it's just like I don't know how to put this. I think and maybe this could even be spun as a compliment. It reminds me of when I first started working for Field of 68 and I did not know how to edit videos, but I have a good eye for it and I wanted it and I worked really hard and I kind of taught myself in how to do it better. And this feels like an early days you're learning how to do it video from me. Like there's just certain graphic elements or video design stuff that is not up to par with some of the other videos in this competition in terms of transitions and the way it looks, but it doesn't look bad. It looks good enough to post. It's just you can tell like someone that isn't a video editor made it. And that's not a problem, right? Like we as an institution do not need a video editor to be making our videos necessarily. We just need them to look good enough. There's a blue collar element to all of this. And I think we asked this with other ones. I would post this video. Like, do you guys agree we would post this video?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's one of those things we should probably just get over like whatever flash some of the others had that this one didn't. This is good enough. But I don't know. It's just one of those things where maybe if we had watched this one first, I would have been like 10 out of 10. But because we watched some other really strong submissions first, I'm more like 9 out of 10, which is still really good. I will say I really like this slide. Like he made this, and this matches the theme he made in the graphic. So to me, that gives me a sense of like he knows how to brand things under one big umbrella. You see the Sleepers logo kind of in the background. I think it was smart of him to choose Purdue. Again, we kind of gave Jay Money credit for doing a Big Ten thing. He chose a good concept for this. So, yeah, I don't know. Anything else to add from you guys before we move on?
I feel like you summed it up pretty well.
All right. Thank you, Eli. Another good submission. Two more left. Let's get to submission number 6. Our 6th submission comes to us from Michael.
Hey, Jesus Christ himself, just a Jesus Christ worshiper, honest, not actual Jesus. A Grizzly Bear. Riley.
I'm the Brooklyn Nets. I think Hart can do
I
it.
was getting over my fear of fly.
I'm the Brooklyn Nets. We'll be talking about the ASS conference later today. I want to tease. It's causing a fire in my glutes.
Us breaking down like the history of different cathedrals would be like electric.
I remember the first Spotify Green Room Trey Young Point. God, chemistry was kind of hot, but now when we riff, they can't help but vibe and not. Sleepers essential. We're to real prior weed more than supplemental.
Lean that ass in, Riley. Pause.
Thank you. Wow.
There you have it. That was Michael's submission. Okay. When he sent this, by the way, this was emailed as well. Carl, I saw you make the face at the end. He said, "Thank you guys for the amazing opportunity. Apologize for a late submission. I've had a very busy week. Appreciate you guys giving me the chance. Hope you enjoy it. Also, please listen to the full audio. Thank you." So, really want to make sure we didn't miss that last moment there. Cart, your thoughts?
Oh man, so the thing is, when I was watching this, I was expecting like one of them TikTok edits to break out, and then like to shift to some highlights the way he did it with Riley. Um, I will say like I did like the edit for what it was. I'd also let Michael just, if you're watching this feedback, Riley is a married man. I don't think he will let you hit. But look, I think it's very funny. It's a very cool promo for Riley Fridays and Riley, and a lot of like the little intricacies that he does, like rapping and the one-liners and all that. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, very cool edit. I don't know like where this would go necessarily, like content wise, because I don't think it is. Like I don't know why we would post this, but like it was well done. Honestly, watching this one from Michael, I would love to see what he would do with like a more of a direction on what we told him to do, right? Like if we gave him something to do it on, gave him a clip to do it on, and he like edited it the same way around a player or a school or something like that, I'm like now confident that he could do something really good.
Why?
Honestly,
Talk
because
me through it, because before I give my full feedback, you guys know from private talking to you, I loved Michael's audition. Like out of the audition round, I might have been like, I think that's our guy. The question is just, where is the skill stuff at? And this was my fear, was the skill stuff's just not there. I did not come off this being like, if we gave him more direction, he could make something that looks good. So talk me back into it, Cart. Give me hope here.
so maybe it's not even a look good, because well, honestly, I think it does look good, but I guess I wouldn't know how it would actually pop up on things like that. But like this is
I mean, the direction on this that
this
was
is how
sent,
this is how TikTok edits happen and go. Like this is what they are.
I mean, the direction that was sent here was make something formatted for TikTok. And he sent in a horizontal cut
True.
with a bunch of Riley cuts.
Oh, yeah, true. That's fair.
So I know I'm being harsh, but I like Michael was my guy. I was very high on Michael, and I'm disappointed with the submission. I got to be honest. To me, one of two things happened here. He sent this in very late on the deadline night. So again, that doesn't matter. If it was a great video, I wouldn't care about that. But to me, there's two paths for how this became the output. Path number one, he really was super busy last week and just ran out of time and kind of threw this together quickly, trying to be funny about it a little bit. If that is what happened, there's other people prioritizing the competition a little more, so that's a bummer. Number two, the second path is just he doesn't have video editing in his game. And if that's the path, then that's unfortunate, but like it's going to be a huge part of whoever we hired to do this. So again, I'm disappointed. I just feel like this is like one of my favorites came in and just, I don't know, hit a flat note or forgot the words in the singing competition. And now I'm like, well, damn, how am I supposed to judge this? It was not. If Riley was here, then it's a little different. Like maybe you did this as a tactical play with Riley, right? But Riley's not judging this round. We laid out the competition. So like, if Riley was here, maybe he'd be like, we got to keep this guy. Jacob, any thoughts?
Just a couple. One, I did not realize how deep the Riley fan base ran. I gotta say, there's been a lot of Riley edits, and I did not know. I was not aware of the Riley love in the community. So shout out to Riley, he's doing his thing. But yeah, I mean the horizontal instead of the vertical, I noticed that. I think the only like major positive I have here, I actually love the idea of us rolling out a series where we do Sleepers monthly bloopers, and it's just dumb stuff that people say, like Riley's little tidbits of singing and rapping. It like that would be hilarious. Like imagine a minute long edit of like things Dion has said that month.
All right, you talked me back into it because one of my things for a while has been if we had like a no context sleepers account that was just posting like funny quips from us, And that's essentially what this entire thing was. So had we like given direction on that, I think I love this submission, but that wasn't the direction, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
Also,
no, I get it.
we talked about like who's listening to feedback, who's like paying attention to the competition. Did we not literally in the last round talk about how it was a weird move to feature Riley and Dion instead of you and I?
Hey, yeah.
And then Michael comes back with all Riley, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's just you straight up didn't listen to the last round.
Yeah.
It's hard for me, man. It's hard.
Maybe it's not as hard for me because I don't listen a lot. That's a me move.
Kind of true. Kind of true. All right. Michael, thank you for the submission. We appreciate it. Jacob might have talked you off the ledge in my mind on that one. We'll see what happens when we deliberate. We have one more.
Just a reminder here, Kyron Stokes is a dude, even if he's not being prioritized as such in this event.
It's very, very evident why he is seen as the surefire NBA dude from this class. Like the athleticism is unmatched. There wasn't a soul on Jordan who could keep him out of the lane. I think his passing has always been really impressive. Like, I don't think he's a point guard. I know he's ran point guards in spurts throughout his like prep career, but I do think he is a very, very capable playmaker from the wing or whether he's playing the 3 or the 4, like whichever position you want to slot him in there. And yeah, you like the precision on some of the lobs he was throwing, the timing of it all, really, really gifted player.
I don't know that anybody else on this team, other than maybe AJ DeBonsa, is capable of putting up a quadruple double line in this type of event. Like it just speaks to how versatile he is. He has the passing, he has the athleticism. Most of these points were just like run out dunks. He postered some poor lad from Jordan.
Right there you have it. 59 seconds from current socials guy, Jay Hart. Hart, your thoughts?
I'm laughing first of all, you saying he punched on some poor lad from Jordan. Like we just used the word lad. Once again, to your point, I know you're probably gonna bring it up, G, but there was like some dead space stuff in there with the ums and uhs that could have been cut out. But I do like the horizontal, I'm sorry, not the horizontal, the vertical view of this one as far as like how it would play on socials, with the highlights at the bottom, you guys talking at the time it's for you to talk, as the highlights are going. I guess, it does actually focus on the content we were talking about as well. Like we've seen some things that have been like edits or content that's not kind of going off what we are currently talking about. That is not the case with this. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe, when you look at Jay Hart's submission on this one, the one thing I will say is I feel like he has an inside track on like what goes and what happens. I don't know if the Tyron Stokes thing would have been the one I would have picked, maybe to get nitpicky on it, but he did pick it, and I thought he did it well, I guess.
Jacob?
Like, it's weird because there's nothing wrong with this edit at all. Like it's fine. Like it could be posted. I guess my thing with Jay Hart is like Cart said, inside track, he knows us. And I felt like he kind of took like the easy approach here. Like we know he knows how to do this. He's made videos like this before. I would have liked to see him like do a little something extra, like get in his bag a little bit, like do kind of what Booby or Wink did. And I feel like he just kind of took the nonchalant, easy, I know this works route. And the video looks fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I've been wanting to see Jay Hart dig deeper the whole competition, man.
Okay. All right. Cart, you agree in general with JK's sentiment or no?
I mean,
we've
do,
made it a big deal of like this is a prove it thing for Jay Hart, the whole thing. I just want like Jacob just made it clear you kind of gave someone do you share his sentiment on that?
Yeah, but also I'm a play it safe guy, so like he's doing, but I do think there is a little bit of like, I don't know. I was trying to see more. I feel like I knew Jay Hart could do this. I guess to JK's point. Like this is what you get.
All right, I'm gonna completely spin this. I'm very surprised this is your guys' feedback today. I thought this was a great submission from Jay Hart. I don't think we know he can do this because my question is, where are these videos if he's been able to do this? He's been our social guy for 4 months. We've never put a video out like this, have we?
I,
I don't know.
I guess I mean like this format slash style. We just haven't like posted highlights, but like I know he can do, and honestly, like I honestly think it's just a J Hart thing because I know him so well. If this would have been someone else's submission, I think I would have been like, yeah.
Sure.
But since like I know him, I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have seen him go crazy.
Okay, I kind of said this, I think with Wink or Booby, maybe. I think it might have been Booby's feedback, but I am not trying to get someone who wants to reinvent the wheel here. We have a formula that works. I just want quality work that represents the videos we do that looks good, that could generate eyeballs elsewhere. This, I thought, was one of the strongest submissions this round. I will be honest, I think maybe we shouldn't be surprised by it because Jay Hart, like you said, has the inside track. But I am surprised by it because I thought Jay Hart gave very weak submissions in the first couple rounds. And I'll be honest, I came into this round being like, it's probably Jay Hart's time. Like, we're still going to work with him, but he hadn't shown me anything that made me think we need to keep him going. This is a really strong submission. And the only question I have is if he's been capable of doing this, why haven't we been doing it every day? Right? Like, he has the keys to the socials. And I feel like we've kind of given him, well, we need to direct him more. Maybe that's all it is. I should be critiquing myself as a boss. We should be directing him and telling him we want this like every day because this looks great. It's exactly what I've been asking for on our socials. We just don't post them. And I don't know why, because I didn't know Jay Hart could do this. So I'm very impressed, but I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, I don't know. I am a little surprised you guys didn't think this was super strong, but again, maybe you just wanted more creativity. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I was wowed by the glitzes and glams of the first ones.
Yeah.
I mean, this one isn't far off Booby's submission to me. Like, Booby had a few more technically sound graphic stuff. Like this title slide does not look good as Booby's, but like I've never seen Jay Hart put words on a video. I thought he paced this pretty well. I don't know. And by the way, the Tyron Stokes idea, I didn't hate because I don't know if you know this, Car. I'm giving Jay Hart credit for something I don't even think he intended to do. One of the first paywall sites pieces of content was about Tyron Stokes, and I feel like this might be a subtle shot.
Oh wow, it isn't, but that is good stuff.
I kind of like it. All right. Anything else on Jay Hart's submission or no?
It was a strong submission. I still think it was a top tier submission. I think I'm just biased because I know him.
JK wants more from his protege, Jay Hart.
It was all right. It was all right, Jay Hart.
All right. We need to go deliberate. We're going to go offline, deliberate, and come back and reveal our contestants that will be advancing to the next stage of the competition. Okay, the judges have deliberated. We have come to our conclusion. We will be cutting 2 of our final 7 down to 5, advancing to the next round of interviews. One by one. We will now reveal our final 5. And how this will work, we'll let Jacob go first and save one person that he would like to save. Then Carter goes next. I go third. Jacob goes fourth. Carter goes fifth until we have saved our final 5. Jacob, you can go first. Who is the first contestant through to our final 5?
For the sake of the people not thinking I'm biased, I'm going to go a different way here, and I'm going to go with where we started. My guy Wink is safe.
Wink has advanced to the final 5. Tristan Winkleman is on. Carter, who is next?
You know what? I think I'll vouch for this one because I was very impressed. Booby advances. I liked the AJ advance edit. I liked all that. It was really good for me.
Strong submission from Booby. Okay. I'm up next, and I'm advancing Jay Hart. I thought this was a strong submission. We've been begging him to prove it. I thought this was the first moment in the competition he #proved it. And if we posted that every day, I'd be ecstatic. So Jay Hart advances to our final 5. We have 2 more spots remaining. Jacob, you're up next.
I can't believe I get to save him at the 4th pick. My guy Venet, you're safe.
Venet, very creative submission, fan favorite, has advanced. Cart, there's one spot remaining in our final five. The three remaining participants, you can only save one. The three remaining are Michael, J Money, and Eli. Who will you be advancing to our final five?
I just want to check my Venmo to make sure there's no last minute changes I need to make here. But I think I got to save Eli on this one. I like the Purdue edit. I like the highlights. I think that was something that we would definitely post. So I like that one. I'm gonna save Eli.
All right, there you have it. Our final five is officially Booby, Eli, J Hart, Venet, and Wink. Next round, we will interview all of them. We will banter with them live on camera. And Riley, Ralph, and Dion will be making the next round of cuts while we sit with no control over the competition. To Michael and to J Money, thank you for all the work you submitted. And this goes for everyone at this point in the competition, but truly, you made it this far. We really were a fan of you, the person, and also the work that you put into this. And on a serious note, we're kind of at the point in the competition that everyone that you saw today is someone that I think could contribute in some form to Sleepers. So our goal at the end of this is to get one contributing intern, but we are certainly open to possibly collaborating in other ways with more than one person. And great news for you, Basket Under Review is hiring freelance contributors, Cart. So
Okay. Thank you for joining today. I appreciate everybody. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.